Namaskar, viewers. We have with us a very special guest today in India and the world segment of the Nationalist View, Mr. Salahuddin Choudhury. Mr. Choudhury, a very warm welcome from Dhaka. Mr. Choudhury is editor-in-chief of weekly Blitz, which is the leading investigative journal in Bangladesh. He is also a counter-terrorism expert, and he has been fighting against Islamists and radicalization for quite some time and has paid a huge price for that. We'll also talk about that today, that how he's being targeted by the Pakistan's ISI. And apart from that, he contributes regularly to various international publications, think tanks, and also appears as an expert panelist on various international television news channels, especially on the issues of South Asia, counterterrorism, and radicalization. And we have been talking to him, we have been having conversations with him about what is happening in Bangladesh because he is there in Bangladesh. So today we are going to talk about a tweet which you have shared, Mr. Chaudhary, in which you have actually basically tagged the video also with evidence. That tweet is there, that there are about 10 crore, an ISIS terrorist has claimed that 10 crore Rohingya Muslims and illegal Bangladeshi immigrants have been sent to India already, and they will act as the Trojan horses and will bring India down on its knees. So, if you could please elaborate upon this for our viewers.
Thank you very much, Arunji. The person's name is Abu Taha. He belongs to Islamic State, ISIS, and also he is an active operative member of Hizb ut-Tahrir, because Hizb ut-Tahrir and ISIS, they have common agenda of establishing caliphate. So this person, Abu Taha, very recently, maybe 2-3 days ago, he released a video claiming that there are 100 million, 10 crore Bangladeshi and Rohingya infiltrators already inside India. And he was discussing elaborately how to, in his words, Islamize India. And he also stated, he claimed that India is already encircled by Islamic nations. But you and I both know that the neighbors of India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives, none of them are, okay, Maldives is Muslim, but Sri Lanka and Nepal, they're not Muslim even, so no question of being Islamized. It proves that these elements, Islamic State, they may have infiltrated also their own elements inside Sri Lanka and also inside Nepal. And you and I and all of us know that Nepal has become an epicenter of Al-Qaeda activities for many decades, because in the tough mountainous areas in Nepal, Al-Qaeda established training camps. It was since 2001. So with this Abu Taha statement, where he claimed that Nepal and Sri Lanka, these are Islamic nations, and they want to make Islamized or fulfill their ambition of Islamic conquest or Ghazwa Hind inside India. So it means they are not only targeting India, they are also targeting Sri Lanka, they are also targeting Nepal, and this is a very dangerous matter. It's a matter of serious security threat. And I think, considering this statement, because it is no secret, I mean, he is openly talking about their plot. I think Indian authorities need to, and also Indian media, they need to bring up this issue, and not only to the attention of Indian citizen, but also to the attention of the international community. Unfortunately, for example, your esteemed channel, you are always covering such important things. But unfortunately, there are various even YouTube channels, and not to talk about the TV channels, they are a little bit shy in talking about these things, discussing these things, exposing these things for reasons best known to them. But I think this is not the moment of silence. Everyone, all of us, you and I, we are very vocal, but we think others, they need to be vocal because this is not the time that they need remain silent in exchange for the cash they are receiving from the Arab nations, particularly Qatar from the Zakat fund. They are recipient of the Zakat fund, you know that also. I think now this is the not time for compromising their journalistic integrity in exchange for any financial benefit because this is a threat to unite India. And also, similarly, the journalists in Nepal, journalists in Sri Lanka, they also need to be very careful and they need to become very active because if you ask me why only journalists, because we journalists and the media, we are the most important fourth pillar of the any nation. And secondly, we journalists actually have been playing the leading role in exposing similar conspiracies, starting from Al Qaeda to Islamic State, counterterrorism organizations. They work in their own pattern, but most of the time they don't make things public. They don't make people aware of the conspiracy and threat and risk we are making. So this Abu Toha statement is very dangerous, very serious, and it needs to be massively covered by the global and Indian media, Sri Lankan media, Nepalese media. At the same time, Indian authorities may also please summon the Bangladesh High Commissioner and ask for an explanation to what is happening in Dhaka.
Mr. Chaudhary, you have also done another expose that one of the Pakistani diplomats who was earlier expelled from Bangladesh for being involved in financial terrorism or financial activities, basically supporting the terrorism. So she seems to be back in Dhaka and she is meeting a lot of people. So if you could explain this to our viewers.
Farina Arshad, she was the second secretary political at the Pakistan High Commission in Bangladesh. And this second secretary, meaning she is an undercover ISI operative. So she was expelled from Bangladesh in 2016 for the for with the allegations of funding terrorism, giving support to terrorist activities, and also she was one of our top handlers of counterfeit Indian currency bills, which are being printed in Pakistan. So, as you know, that now during the current regime in Bangladesh, anything from Pakistan can enter without any customs inspection, and any Pakistani terrorist can also enter without any security clearance. So, the Farina Arshad's returning to Bangladesh, not as a diplomat, most interestingly, she has entered Bangladesh as a private individual, but she is sitting inside Pakistan High Commission. She is meeting people, Ansar al Islam, she is meeting. I can categorically mention. She is meeting members of Hizb Tahrir, and also she is meeting some of the teachers of the madrasas located in the Indo Bangladesh border. And according to my information, they are fixing some madrasas as the initial warehouse and ultimate circulation base of the counterfeit Indian currency. So this Farina Ashras, one of her assignments is circulating fake Indian currency, and her being in Dhaka is a matter of grave concern. Dhaka is silent, and I think even most of the media outlets are silent. Only you are now exposing it, revealing, and I have just tweeted. So this is a matter also New Delhi should take into serious consideration, and it's not a small matter.
Now, coming to our last segment of this conversation. So, I've been observing, there are specific Pakistan operated ISI operated YouTube channels and other social media platforms. So, they have started a campaign against you and they're running a tirade against you. They're calling you the puppet of Indian government. And in fact, anybody who seems to be opposing the Islamists in Bangladesh currently, or who seems to be opposing the Yunus regime, which is basically a puppet of deep state of US under the democratic government, as well as the Pakistan's ISI and the radical Islamists. So, and you have been into prison actually, basically, because you did. Bold journalism, and you did not compromise in terms of integrity of journalism. So you have paid the price earlier also, and currently the situation is pretty volatile. So as a journalist, as an individual, as an editor, so how do you look at it? And if you can, because we have seen a couple of such basically videos and tweets where your name has been specifically taken, which generally doesn't happen. So if you can share your thoughts about this.
Arunji, when Pakistanis call me the slave of India, the puppet of India, I feel as a Bangladeshi extremely proud because this is what Pakistanis do with any patriotic Bangladeshi. And this Pakistani ISI video that you are referring to, they have made it uh, by not only criticizing me, they wanted to give credence to the report in Economic Times and first post about certain conspiracy theories centering our armed forces. But according to a very credible source of mine, and I can tell you on record that this Economic Times report was published under direct persuasion of Muhammad Yunus, because Muhammad Yunus has a strong existence in the PR world, public relations world. He is actually a person living on PR stunts. Basically, he is a con man, a fraud, and he has been fooling the world only through PR activities. So this Economic Times report was done by him with the help of a female journalist in India, whose father is a prominent politician, not prominent, I should say, very controversial politician, and she somehow managed in getting that report published in Economic Times and subsequently others. And this ISI, now they are pretending as if they know nothing. They are saying Indian media is unnecessarily creating the controversy. Actually, Indian media is not creating the controversy. Certain media who stepped into the traps of Muhammad Yunus and Pakistani ISI, I mean, they first spread the rumor and then they try to discredit the rumor so that things keep on moving. In fact, there is a deep rooted conspiracy against Bangladesh armed forces by Muhammad Yunus. Because you remember, you have earlier discussed this thing also, that Yunus as and his Islamist jihadist cohorts, they are attempting to establish Islamic Revolutionary Army, IRA. We have discussed this earlier. So, in order to establish IRA, Yunus has already targeted DGFI, Directorate General of Forces Intelligence. There are warrant of arrest against 15 former DGs and directors in the counterterrorism bureau of that organization, because Yunus wants to dismantle activity existence of any organization in Bangladesh which works against terrorism. And I'm sorry, Yunus wants to not only dismantle DGFI, he also wants to dismantle Bangladesh armed forces. For that reason, he is trying to create a chaos through artificial propaganda, so that after dismantling DGFI, dismantling our armed forces, his dream of aspiration or project of creating the Islamic Revolutionary Army comes into effect. Yunus wants Bangladesh to be a country like Iran, not even Pakistan. So he wants to destroy our armed forces. He wants to destroy all counterterrorism organizations and establish a caliphate in this country ultimately and become the sultan of the new caliphate.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chaudhary, for your perspective, and we'll be back soon with another topic and another conversation, and we'll keep on talking to Mr. Chaudhary. And thank you so much. You have taken time out from your busy schedule and shared this really valuable perspective. And we from our side, we wish you, a very safe stay in Bangladesh. Stay safe, stay strong, and continue to fight for democracy and against the radical Islamists. And if you have any questions for Mr. Chaudhary, so you can share these questions in the comment box of our YouTube channel. We'll take that to Mr. Chaudhary and find answers for them. And if you have liked the video, please share it, like it, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon. And I also want to convey one more thing, Mr. I was looking at Mr. Chaudhary's website, the website of Weekly Blitz. So now they are They are trying to gag weekly run by Mr. Chaudhary, the Blitz, because it is doing continuous exposes. So they have put a gag order on in terms of giving advertisements to Blitz. So I would say no that anybody who can come out and support Blitz in terms of giving advertisement, though generally we don't promote any particular publication or this thing, but I think it's a fight for democracy. It's a fight for a secular Bangladesh. It's a fight for safer neighborhood for India. So we have much greater interest in it. So I think we all need to come out and support Blitz and Mr. Chaudhary in what he is doing. Doing that there, doing that there in Dhaka. We are sitting here, far away, hundreds of miles away. So the at least the least we can do for him is basically to show moral support and wherever possible in terms of supporting the website and the publication which he is running. So with these words, I want to thank all the viewers. I want to thank Mr. Chaudhary once again for having this conversation. Thank you so much, and we'll be back soon with another video. Namaskar.
And Arunji, also my profound gratitude to you and to your channel and to your audience for your precious support. And together we shall continue fighting the Islamists and jihadists, and we will continue our efforts for a peaceful region, peaceful South Asia, and also peaceful world.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.